Abby someone. Abby someone. Abby who? Abby normal.
Godzilla! Oh, yeah, shit. Godzilla versus King Kong is coming out soon, and so
I can't wait.
In preparation for that movie, we have decided to watch all of the current, films.
Monsterverse.
No, that's not the Monsterverse. That's Universal's Monster. That's Dark Universe. That's the.
No, I thought this was called Monsterverse with
I don't know,
like Godzilla and King Kong and
maybe. That sounds right. Okay, so
I said that it was too late to do this because look at you.
I'm a wee bit tired. But it's fine because it's gonna be a very simple review. It's Godzilla 2014 is the one we watched, and is it time to go to bed yet? I'm ready to go to sleep.
No, we've started. We will complete this mission.
Okay, so we watched Godzilla 2014. It's a movie about Godzilla, and it came out in 2014 It's
because they couldn't have possibly put
Godzilla is the main character. That's one of the things I want to talk about, how that's actually not true at all.
I was about to say no, he's actually not.
He's not. He's very, very barely in the movie. Well, I mean, he's in the movie, but at the same time as like Jaws, the shark in the movie Jaws, and that movie was named after the shark. So I mean, it's a thing that happens occasionally with movies like of this nature. The first thing is just Godzilla is your thing for damn sure. I mean, I do like me some Zilla of Gods and Gods the lizard, but you very much do like Godzilla a fuck ton.
Let's just say this: it is.
There's a figure on the coffee table right now.
I do. I have a Godzilla action figure, and in fact, I would probably have a lot more Godzilla items
I want
if
to
possible.
Get you a bigger one.
But I have an unnatural love for Godzilla.
Yes. I wish she loved me as much as she loves Godzilla.
I can't explain it, but ever since I was a little girl,
I don't
Godzilla
like that you did not protest that statement I just made, but that's whatever. I'm only your husband.
Godzilla has been in my life a lot longer.
You're just cutting the knife here.
Okay, so let's just say this. I love Godzilla. So I am much harsher, as far as critiquing the Godzilla films.
Correct. Yes. Actually, the whole Godzilla versus King Kong thing is we actually have gotten into. We do not fight. All right. Even when we do have quote unquote fights, they're really just more like implosions. We're like, no, babe, I'm the one who's trying to do for you.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's my fault. It was me.
It was all me.
We do those kind of fights.
Sorry.
We don't really fight. But when it comes to Godzilla and King Kong, we genuinely have gotten into some fucking arguments, and like we haven't talked to each other for like an hour because I'm sitting there talking about how that monkey's gonna rock this fucking lizard's head, and I'm just like, he's gonna do a fucking jab and a right cross and just bam, just rock this fucking lizard. And
I'm ignoring everything that you're saying.
Gets pissed.
I'm not even listening to what you're saying.
Oh my god! But yeah, it's Godzilla's her thing. So Godzilla 2014. Came out before you and I even knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I never watched like your reaction to it. You just already loved it when I met you. But just what's your general opinion of Godzilla 2014? The one that came out in 2014 about Godzilla.
I think that overall it is a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Correct. My thing is like, I don't have as much of it. I do like Godzilla, like I said, but my general thing about it is that I think this is the best that there's ever been thus far. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but the stuff that I have a problem with the movie is like, it's not stuff that I'm sitting here.
Tiny little.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, things. I would like it to have done a couple things differently, but still, it's a fantastic fucking movie. It's the best that Godzilla so far has to offer.
It is just like one of our friends say, there is no perfect film.
That's not actually fucking true. 12 Angry Men has something to say to that. That is a perfect film.
Okay, but that's for another
Princess
time.
Bride.
But that's
Name
for
a
another
goddamn
time.
flaw in Princess Bride?
There's just let's
Name a flaw in Firefly.
let's focus.
Okay.
Okay, you're tired, so you're just kind of like, do, 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 do. You're like floating off. I need you to come back. I need you to come back.
Okay.
Come back to me.
What were we talking about?
Okay.
Godzilla 2014.
So let's do this. Let's shake it up. Let's talk about what we don't like.
Godzilla. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
If only you could have seen the look I just gave him.
So like
if my eyes were Godzilla breath, they would have went right freaking through him.
No, it was so my what was the question?
What didn't you like about the film?
Yeah, right. So like with Godzilla, it's in my opinion that Godzilla shouldn't be the main character. And that's actually something I did like. I'm not answering the question. The human characters that were in the movie, I think it should have simply been Ford and his dad, and that's it. Well, I mean, and Sandra, the wife and the mother of Ford and his dad, because we focus so much on all these other government characters and everything, and there always has to fucking be a wife and a child in a disaster movie. They always have to be a family. They always have to be why can it not simply be just a young man who's in the military? His father's kind of become a kook because of what happened and everything. And it's just a journey with father and son throughout the whole story. And we also would get fantastic longer performances from Bryan Cranston throughout the movie. And you know how I say, or how you say, I always kill every character in the stuff that I write, and how I always want characters to die and move. I actually, if it was to me rewrite this, Bryan Cranston wouldn't die at all. Like, him and his son would live all the way until the end. They would reconnect and fix the shit between them.
The movie gets considerably less good after Bryan Cranston's character dies.
Well,
I mean, other than
the third act, like
other than the parts with Godzilla, of course, and the Mutos. But once Bryan Cranston's out of the picture, there's a pretty sharp decline, I feel like.
Yeah. Like, the movie begins brilliantly when it opens up.
It'll hit you right in the feels.
Well, not just the feels part. I mean, but just everything. Like, all the setup. You know what's going on. You know everything. That you need to know to get into this movie. It's just perfectly fucking executed. But after Bryan Cranston dies, from the beginning to his death, and then everything in between that moment and the third act where everything starts fighting and whatnot, it's very, very slow. And it's like they didn't know how to take this into a full, full-length film. To which you could have, if you kept Bryan Cranston alive and the whole story was focused on Ford and his father. Because Godzilla should never, I know it's weird, but Godzilla should never be the main character in a Godzilla film. Godzilla should be the vehicle that you use to tell.
Nonsense.
What are you talking about? No, seriously.
Pure nonsense.
No, listen to me. Because even the first Godzilla film, it was really just like an allegory, like
I don't even know what allegory means, but you're wrong.
A cautionary tale, about nuclear energy and like the technology, and mankind just were stupid and nature's great. That's what the whole first Godzilla was, and this was, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like, it's supposed to be, it was a little ridiculous, but it was also smart at the same time. And I'm very tired and I'm ranting, but the answer to the question is we should have focused more on the family and expanded that more and used Godzilla to like tell that story, what these people, like the whole thing with Godzilla gets them to reconnect.
I feel like that's accurate, because there is this big setup with Ford and his father, played by Bryan Cranston. There's this big setup to their estranged. Is it estranged? They are estranged.
That sounds great.
Okay, they no longer really have a relationship.
They don't.
It's made pretty clear that that they don't have a good relationship, and so then they reconnect only briefly, and then Bryan Cranston dies.
Yeah,
and so it's really kind of a letdown. You don't really get to see you don't really get to see the father and son actually reconnect and, share in this part of their lives. And so that's another reason why I feel like once Bryan Cranston's character dies, it just kind of declines, because that was a missed opportunity.
Well, and then
I didn't like that about.
Well,
the
and then we gotta go back to like Elizabeth Olsen's character, and nothing against her. She did everything she could with the very little they gave her to do, but I don't care about her fucking character. Like, she's just there to be a damsel in distress, and he's got to get back to her.
You don't get to know her or the son at all. And in fact, I think Ford spends more time with the little Japanese kid that he saves than he does with his own son. Yeah, than his own son in the film. And honestly, I don't even know why that's in there. I don't even know why it becomes so relevant for them to show that, he saves this kid, on this train, and he saves him and gets him back to his parents. I don't even know why that had to be a relevant part of the story. I mean,
I know he should have just left the kid. He should have ditched him.
Like, no, it's not that.
Fuck that kid.
You know what? I'm too tired for your shit, sir.
I'm fucking sleepy.
I'm about to put your ass out. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. But no, I mean, it's like, we already know he's a dad, so we already know that he seems to be a good guy. We already know he's a dad, but then, I don't know why it was relevant to put, this whole scene in the film, scenes in the film where he gets, connected with this kid and he saves this kid. I don't know why.
Because, babe, we're Americans and we can't.
Don't know why that. It would. Anyway, I feel like that really didn't need to be part of the film. But but it shows that he's kind and compassionate and things like that. But
no, that's the thing. Like American films, like you have to. The wife has to be in danger. A child has to be in danger. They have to do the family, like Old Boy. The original Korean version of the film that had nothing to do with like family and daughter and all that. There was, but it was mainly just one man versus another man. And it was a personal journey. But in America, it always has to be, I got to get my daughter back. I got to my wife back. And it's just the only way we seem to understand. Motivations here in America for some fucking reason, the vast majority of the time.
Well, there's just this notion that, the people closest to you would be like your spouse or your kids, and those would be the biggest motivators for things. But here's the thing, here's the thing Hollywood needs to understand is, yes, they are a key motivator, but they're not the only motivator that you can use.
Well, it's too simple. It's the easy way out. Like, how do we get the audience to support this guy? He has to, save his daughter. And then everybody can instantly attach themselves to that because it's easy. It's simple. How do you attach yourself to a guy who doesn't have a daughter, who doesn't have a wife, and it's a personal journey for him? You have to support him. And what his motivations are. It's a lot more complicated, and a lot of American films don't take that route. What was the question? Wait, we answered the question.
Yeah. Jesus.
What were we watching?
We were talking
Indiana Jones?
Oh my God. We were talking about what we didn't like about the film.
Right. What did you not like?
I didn't like that, I agreed with you with Bryan Cranston's character. I agreed that him and his son Ford, I felt like they should have been the focus of the story. I did not like that Bryan Cranston died in the film so early in the film. If he had died at the end, okay, but not so early in the film. That was a missed opportunity because he made the film significantly better. After he was gone, it just kind of fell a little bit flat as far as the human part of the story was. That's really, I am not going to be super picky about the little things that I didn't like about the film just because they are little things.
Right.
So.
Okay, well then naturally leads us into the next question. What did you love? What did you love about this movie?
I love almost everything about this movie.
Okay.
I love how sparingly they show Godzilla at first. They really kind of build anticipation. You don't it's not just like you just see him and he's just there and then he's there throughout the entire film, which is how they do it in King of Monsters. You see him pretty much through the whole film. Yeah, he's through the whole film. And don't be wrong, I love that too, but that's another review. We'll go over that another time.
Yes, we will.
But I love the anticipation that they build in the film.
But here's the thing about this. And this is actually it's not a problem I have with the movie. It's just that's the problem, because what they did, like you said, they did it so expertly about how they just used Godzilla sparingly, and every time you saw him, they gave you just enough to make you want more. And then when they finally give you the payoff, it's fucking fantastic. But you can't. I mean, you could keep doing that, but the problem I have with the final death in Godzilla, the whole ripping open his fucking jaws and like, get your goddamn face over here, and he just loses it into this guy, burns his fucking head off. You're not topping that, at least for me personally.
Okay, are we still talking about what we didn't like about the film?
What were we talking about?
We were supposed to be talking about what we liked about the film, and you were just like, well, the thing I didn't like about the in-death.
Well, I mean, I guess
you're going backwards on me. Don't come to the light.
No, I'm gonna
stop it.
This is a very
wake up.
I have a segue for this. Okay,
what's that?
It's. I mean, it's kind of. It's not really. I mean, it is what I don't like, but it's not what I like. But it is what I like.
I am not following. I am not on your level of delirium.
What I'm saying is that that payoff at the end, whenever he burns the dude's head off, the Muto's head off, and it was fucking brilliant. But the problem that it makes me kind of sad, and that's why I'm like saying like I
because it's never going to be any better than that.
It's never getting better than that, and I loved it so much, but it also makes me sad because I'm like, what the fuck else are you going to do after this? Nothing else is going to do it.
It probably would have been best if that had been if they had only used that death, if that was going to be the only Godzilla film they ever made.
Well, see, here's the thing. You're right. You're so fucking smart and sexy.
That's how I know he's tired. God, he never says that.
I love you, but you're so right. You're so right for agreeing with me, because the point of what I'm saying is that
I'm gonna smother him with a pillow when he goes to sleep tonight.
The thing, because what were we saying?
Okay, this is like count them, people. This is the fourth or fifth time I've had to pull him back on track.
What were we saying?
We were talking about what we liked about the film, and we were talking about how the death that
But what did I say you were right on?
What?
What did I say that you were right on?
I said that if they were going to have that death, then this should have been the only Godzilla film they ever made.
You're so right. You're so gorgeous. So the thing is on this Godzilla movie, I don't know if they absolutely knew that they were going to get a sequel. So I mean, I get from their perspective that they were like, we got to go all in because we might not get the opportunity. And I'm cool with that.
I mean,
I am too.
I don't feel as strongly about it as you do. Obviously, I love how he kills the Muto. It's freaking awesome. It's the best thing ever.
It's amazing.
And and to be honest, I don't feel like I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like in King of Monsters, it's not. They still give you something pretty cool at the end of King of Monsters.
Didn't like it, but we're not reviewing that,
but we're not reviewing that one. So, but I don't feel like it's that much of a problem.
Okay. What'd you love?
Well, like you, I loved the Halo jump. The Halo jump sequence was awesome. Not only was it absolutely freaking cool, but it looked amazing.
It was a gorgeous scene.
It was gorgeous. The colors and the cinematography, everything was beautiful and perfect. And I even loved the fact that it wasn't overpowered with music. A lot of times in action type films, they overdo it with the music. Yeah, they overdo it with the music, and the music to me kind of will take you out of the action. Sometimes you just kind of have to let the action speak for itself.
Yeah, precisely.
And so that I don't think they could have done that any more perfect.
Well, that scene, I mean, there's a plenty of scenes that they do it in the movie. There is a plenty of scenes in this movie that really help establish it, but this movie does a really brilliant job of establishing scale. Like whenever you see Godzilla, they position things at certain site, or they give you a very huge scale of a room, like at the airport, where you can see people at the very bottom of the screen and they're very tiny, but you see like the open air of like, you know, the above them inside the building because the ceiling's really tall and there's a big glass windows, and all of a sudden a massive Godzilla foot just stomps. It just really helps you establish
Godzilla's foot with his cankle.
Just his fucking cankle.
I love the cankle. I love the cankles.
Like a fucking Slim Jim. Like it's just it's a straight line. Yeah, it's a hot link.
I'm good with the cankle. I mean, because I love Godzilla, and I mean he's ferocious, but then he's got little arms and cankles. It's adorable. I love it.
But yeah, it really helps you establish just how fucking massive these creatures are and how small, you know, we are, you know. And the Halo jumper also really helps establish that as well. And just they did a really good job on these
keeping everything designs. To scale. Yeah.
And Godzilla, his design, I love it. It's the perfect combination of the traditional, you know, man in a suit Godzilla, but updated to where it's a modern, you know, look, and it feels like a creature that would actually exist still. You know, it's perfect combination of the two. It's just this movie's good, and you should be watching it. And I don't know why you're not watching it. Why are you listening to us?
Well, don't just tell people to stop listening to us.
No, they should be watching this movie.
Well, hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll listen to the review and think, hey, you know, I actually haven't seen that, and I think I'm going to watch it because it sounds really cool.
These pillows on this couch are really comfy.
Oh my God, stop it! Sit up! Don't you dare!
I literally am sitting up.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. I have seen you sleep sitting up. You do it regularly. Okay. All the time. Okay. So out of all the Godzilla movies, the current ones, not, right, you know, not the old black and white one, man in a suit Godzilla films, but out of the current Godzilla films, how do you rank?
I am not going to listen to you, and I am going to include the old black and white ones, and still, this is the best one thus far. Okay.
You know, I know this may come as a shock because we did discuss this before, and I'm going to be diverting. But I actually think that I like King of Monsters more. I like King of Monsters, and then I mean, like close, like nut to butt behind it is Godzilla 2014. Because what I like,
I'm not proud of you right now.
You know what? It doesn't matter. You're still gonna love me tomorrow. But I like King of Monsters more. There's more story. There's more.
My God, there's not.
There is, as far as the monsters are concerned. There's more monsters. There's, you know, there's just I like it more. I like it more. There's an awesome moment with Dr. Serizawa. It really tugs at my heartstrings.
It makes no sense.
And I never understand what you know what? We'll get into that whenever we do that review. But it's ridiculous. But so
there's a second place?
This one, I'm going to give it second place. But I'm talking, it's so up there that if there was a way that there were enough room for two first places, then it would be first place with King of Monsters. He's done it. He just fell asleep sitting up like he does on occasion.
I'm not asleep.
Hey.
What?
Wake up.
I am awake.
You weren't. You were asleep.
God.
You kill me with your falling asleep sitting up. How do you do that? That's unnatural. A person shouldn't be able to do this.
I have a certain set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I think we're going to end the review here, but it's a fantastic film.
I remember when I saw it in theaters with friends. We went to go check it out, and there's very few movies that have actually made me jump out of my seat. Me and Bobby Carroll fucking flipped out of our goddamn seat.
Are you able to say Bobby Carroll?
What?
Are you able to say his full name?
Yeah, Bobby Carroll.
Can you do that? Are you not invading
Bobby Carroll?
Are you not like violating his privacy by just throwing his name out there on YouTube without his consent?
How many Bobby Carrolls are there?
I don't know.
Which one am I talking about?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But it wouldn't take much. I could find him.
You fucking creep.
called me a creep.
Sorry, it's the way you got so serious. Like, wouldn't take much. I'd find him. Fucking hunt his ass down.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say it like that.
You looked at me with like there was like so sincerity in your eyes. Like, give me 5 minutes.
I'm just
Godzilla 2014. It was a great movie. Watch
Loved it.
We liked it.
Love
We
it.
had a good time. We hope you did too. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment and like and
next
subscribe.
time I promise we won't be so weird. Weird
Don't
weird in a
fucking
bad
promise
way.
that. There's
and
no
tired.
way we can guarantee
We're
that.
always going to be weird. We're always going to be the fun kind of weird. But right now we are tired. But I promise it'll be worth it to keep watching.
Thank you for watching. Good night. We're going to bed.
Good night, good
Toodles.
morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
Abby someone. Abby someone. Abby who? Abby normal.